Confronting Diversity by Pamela Keenan of Bega, 2550. Narrated by Janine Penfold. Just 3 days ago, I had the world sussed. I knew who I was, could identify my views and opinions, and valued the challenges from which these were shaped and emerged. Confident that most aspects of my personality and life were well defined, and I could look back on my 67-plus years with perhaps an air of arrogance and surety. My father, a World War II decorated hero, and mother, an only child of an educated woman who was widowed when my mother was only 2 years of age. Uncles and aunts were seemingly absent, but then again, this anomaly was never questioned. Both my father's parents passed before I was born. Having made the decision to have my DNA submitted for screening, I knew I would find a family history covering German settlement in Gundawindi 120 years ago. English-assisted immigration, some inner spring relatives from Scotland, and possibly a few skeletons which would form an over-lunch story for my friends. Of course I knew. We all know our families and family history. Why would the people we love and trust most in the world ever be wrong or, unthinkably, deliberately lie? I was wrong. Today, I write this story on uncertain ground. Not yet quicksand, but certainly a very muddy and murky base, to say the least. Through DNA, I found a Lebanese grandfather who did not marry my Scottish grandmother. My mother is illegitimate, an abhorrent label. Compounding this, my much-loved maternal grandmother has no DNA relationship with me. Somehow she adopted my mother. I have no Germanic ancestry. I have a father who was a bigamist and who had a daughter who would be approximately 90 years of age. I have distant relatives who owned coal mines on the Welsh border some 150-plus years ago. Quite simply, Industrial Revolution opportunists. I have family with fraudulent birth certificates. I have a paternal grandmother who was arrested a few times and seemed to have a very dodgy view of the truth. I have more. The list of oddities goes on. But I have no desire to give focus on the negative. Please understand, I am proud of my heritage. I embrace my Lebanese newness and am keen to learn more about Lebanon and Syria. I am already looking into a family history in England and have found a book written on my distant family dating back to the 1700s. I have no interest in my father's indiscretions. He was a highly decorated veteran, a kind and gentle man who loved me dearly. I understand that we are not perfect. We all make mistakes. We are diverse in how we behave and how we react to a circumstance in which we are placed. We speak of diversity as though it belongs to others. We assume that identity is clearly defined, visible, recognised and finite. We identify diversity based on our own immediate place in time. Who are we to judge the differences or, otherwise, in others, as proven by my own experience? Identifying others based on our own identity is a nonsense. Yet human diversity is a wonderful and rich repository of who we are and from where we come. It goes beyond faith, ethnicity, abilities, language, shape, form, colour. Diversity is not that simple. Diversity is not a visual aspect. Diversity is not about differences. It's about similarities. It's about respecting individuals for who they are, the value of our relationship we share, and truly understanding that the world we share is shaped by natural diversity. Now I come to think about it. Maybe I do have the world sussed after all, although perhaps not in the way I expected. The end.